amazing. Like every surface is just covered in such intricate carving. Stop 2 is Bayon Temple, which is about, was it 5-10 minutes? 15 minutes?
I'd say 15, but we did stop for petrol.
Oh yeah, we stopped for petrol. 15-minute drive away from Angkor Wat, but it's still within the same temple complex. And, well, I guess Angkor Wat is, or as what people think of as Angkor Wat, is actually made up of like 40 different temples within the area. A lot. So we're making our way around there. As we are completely sort of in our driver's hands, Mr. Black. He's just gonna be leading us around, so we're gonna just go with the flow and see where we end up. So, Bayon Temple. If you haven't checked out part 1 of our Angkor Wat trip, it's linked in the card in the description. The temple complex is actually made up of 72 temples, all dotted around Angkor Wat. Our guide, Mr. Black, was in charge of our route around today, so if we don't know where we're going ahead of time, this is why. Oh wow. It's like a true ruin. There is indeed. Wow, this is much more of a ruin than the other temple, but it honestly feels like you've just stepped out of the jungle into this like adventure novel or something. This is amazing. This really feels like an ancient temple. There's like bits of scaffolding holding things up. We were sort of climbing around the outside brickwork. It's this is very cool. If you're feeling adventurous, Bayon Temple is a must. Another thing we found out about Bayon Temple while we're wandering around is that this is actually being restored by a Japanese sponsored organisation, or an organisation sponsored by Japan. So right now the 3rd floor, the bit Mo was standing by, is actually closed, and it's meant to be open in 2025. So if you're heading here in 2025, you'll be able to explore a little bit further than we did. The temple is complete with monkeys. Oh, he's in the bin. Good job, friend. It's quite tiring walking around here actually. It's a lot of climbing up and down stairs and bits of broken rock and stuff.
Yeah, you have to watch your footing if you can't just like look up and look around because you will fall over.
So I guess in that vein it is probably worth just mentioning, if accessibility is a worry for you, Bayon Temple is a little bit, well, it's a lot harder than Angkor Wat. You can still go around it. There's a big open area kind of in the main courtyard, which would be absolutely fine. But there's a lot of windy tunnels and bits that are midway through being restored, so just keep that in mind if you are planning on visiting. But really great.
Yeah, beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
Must go.
And we're back in the tuk-tuk now, heading off to the next stop, which I think is going to be some food. So this is a grounds where they used to play elephant football.
Yeah,
I believe.
The elephant bit here.
Yeah. So the stuff that's in front of us, which obviously we'll flip the camera around in a minute, is all seats where people could watch elephant football. And I say used to play elephant football, this was like 13th century. I don't think it's been used anytime soon. Back in the good old days, when we used to have elephant football.
I don't think these are the seats. I think you're wrong there, Kyle. I don't think these are the seats. I think this is like the actual...
Oh, maybe this is the actual elephant
stadium kind of thing.
Yeah. I think we can go up onto it, right?
Oh.
You can see.
No, we need to go this way first. You said we could go into this temple over here.
Ah, yes. And there's also the Royal Palace of the King around here as well, which we're going to check out too.
Right.
Let's have a look. And this is all pretty close to Bayon Temple. I think it's was about a 5-minute drive.
Yeah.
And then this is about a 30-second drive away from where we had lunch.
Lunch at 9 o'clock in the afternoon.
In the morning. Yeah. That was the mystery we were saying. Is it lunch? Is it breakfast? It's probably brunch, but we had some spring rolls, so spring rolls isn't really a brunch food in my eyes. There are so many grasshoppers here, just bouncing around. I don't know if you can see some of them. Pretty cute.
These steps are steep. Look how high my leg has to go.
Crazy.
Steep.
Super steep. And I was wrong. This isn't 13th century. This is 11th century.
This one is, yeah.
Even older.
Oh, it goes all the way over there. Nice.
Yeah, the breeze is nice. This is a long pathway.
I assume like back in the day it wasn't exposed.
Yeah, I think it was covered because none of the temples have roofs, right?
No.
But yes, that's just because it fell in over time. Some very steep stairs leading up to this. It's honestly more like a ladder than a set of stairs. You're climbing up to the top. Well worth going up to the top though. The views from up there are great. Although quite wooded. The best shot is definitely that of the bridge coming in here. If it's a bridge. I think it's a bridge.
It's really scary actually. It feels like a vertical drop.
It's more like a ladder.
Yeah.
Ladder staircase to the bottom.
It didn't feel that steep coming up. Like it was steep coming up, but it didn't feel like it was like vertical. I will say, the toilets here, really nice.
Very, very good.
Very clean, very modern. They have the toilet paper, the cubicles, dry, monkey. Oh my god, he's coming so close. Goodbye, little dude. He stopped.
It's amazing how you don't really know what you're going to run into. I feel like every little bit of temple and every little bit of ruin that we find around here is just completely different to the last.
Yeah, that's definitely what's quite nice about it, is like you don't feel like everything you're seeing is the same, or like just like a variation of it. Everything is very different.
Yeah, lots of different styles, lots of different architectures. I mean, it's mostly sandstone blocks, but there's a lot of different ways you can arrange sandstone blocks.
It's like Jenga.
Wow. So we're now just wandering through the jungle. I think this is the bit where I regret wearing flip-flops.
Yeah.
Just because the ground's quite sandy, but that's a problem to deal with later. We're not really sure where we are in relation to the main road now, I don't think. We had that bit where the elephant area was and the king's palace, but now we've kind of split off. We went into another temple, we came out the back of that temple, and we're now wandering through the jungle. So
But what is good is there's lots of signs that are like way of visit, and they all follow on, and like
Yeah.
I feel like you can't get lost because it's like, right, go this way. And what's good about them as well is they're very logical.
Yeah.
So it feels like you're following, you're never going back on yourself, you're following like a proper like route, I guess.
Route, yeah. And as long as you follow the signs, you're never actually going to get lost. There's also lots of signposts that tell you where you are as well. So here's this one. Although this one is closed. Let's go a little bit closer. Turns out we skipped out the road that we were meant to walk down and ended up looping back to where we had lunch. So we're going to try and find our driver from the other side because he's around here somewhere. We'll see.
I think he might be over there.
Okay, let's have a look. We're very turned around and confused. So just up there, on the top, oh, wobble, wobble, wobble as I walk over, is the Leper King. And that is his throne, where he watches across the road the elephant's palace that we were at just a moment ago. Yeah. And that was the way we were meant to go, but who knows where we ended up or how we ended up going that way.
The way of visit signs, so I think we went the right way. I think that what we saw was the elephant like temple, and then what happens is the elephants play in front of that kind of thing, you know.
And what we said earlier about following the signs to not get lost still stands. I would say we're not lost, we just went in a direction we didn't anticipate, which is different.
Well, I think a good thing as well is like we didn't walk directly in the sun, so
yeah, we managed to avoid it. It's pretty good. Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Again. He said this one's Untitled Temple, and he said it's very high. So let's go get high.
Ooh.
Ooh. I think it's that way up. Begin the. Alright, it's time for the photo op. Gemma's going first. This is. I feel like from a distance it looks like a normal staircase, but as soon as you see a person on it, you realise that each stair is like 1.5 feet. Wow. Look at us.
Do we look a mess?
Worth the climb?
Yeah, but I'm really nervous about how we're going to get back down because that was steep and thin stairs.
Yeah, slowly and carefully, I think.
I might go down on my bum. I have no shame. Like, I will go down on my bum.
Slide. It's turning into a bit of an adventure holiday. Didn't really thought we'd be climbing up and down rocks.
No, no, actually, like, I think the stuff I've seen of Angkor Wat, it's always been like, I've seen people like climbing a little bit, but like climbing over ruins and stuff. Like, I think I remember seeing the Cara and Nate video, and I don't remember them like climbing up stuff like this.
No, I don't think so. Although I guess like Angkor Wat itself is pretty open, accessible, and easy. It's just these side temples, but the side temples I think really do add to it.
Oh yeah, we were saying to we were saying as we were walking around, like, this is a lot to do in one day, and with the heat especially, it's quite hard. But like, you need to, like, because we're not even seeing like a fraction of them. Like, you need to kind of just power through and do it. But also like,
yeah, there's over 40 temples in the complex. Yeah. But it really it depends on your sort of tolerance, I think, and also how much you can enjoy seeing like temples.
I think we were saying kind of probably the better way of doing it, like with us, like we are gonna have to power through and do it because like we're only here one day, but like if you maybe bought a 3-day ticket, like you could do one day doing the sunrise and then coming to see a couple of temples and going home about 10, and then coming the next day about like 8, so you get a bit more of a lie and doing a few more temples before it gets too hot, going home, and the final day you could do a few more and then like see at the sunset.
Yeah,
which would already be quite a nice way of doing it.
And you can also, there's good walking trails between them. You can also rent bikes as well, like push bikes and e-scooters. You can't rent motorbikes, and that could be a good way to see it as well. So you could probably do quite a lot at the temple complex, more than just Angkor Wat. So. But for us, we've decided just to try and cram as much into one day as we can.
Just because we're not here for that long, and like we really like Siem Reap, the city itself. So we want to like have a day where we're like walking around and exploring, and there's another day where we want to like actually see some stuff. And then we're going on like Wednesday. So we got here like too late to do anything on our first day here. Yesterday was a work day. So really we only had 3 days here, and then we're leaving on Wednesday. So
yeah, and we want to enjoy the city a little bit. So
yeah.
And if you want to find out what we do in the city, you should definitely check out our Instagram, where we post most of our day-to-day stuff.
So I'm not sure there'll be a vlog for Siem Reap.
No, I don't think so. Okay.
We made it down. That was really scary.
It was a lot steeper on the way down.
It's really beautiful, so it's worth climbing up to the top, but like just 1, be careful, and 2, take it slow.
To the temple, we're heading back to the car park to go meet with our driver again, as is the rhythm of the day. See temple, go car park, see temple, go car park. I think our bodies are completely out of whack today because we started so early. It's now 12 o'clock, but we don't really feel hungry.
Yeah.
So, I wonder if stopping for lunch would be a good idea, but also we don't know how much longer we're really going for.
Yeah, that's the thing. If we've got like 1 or 2 more temples and they're going to take like half an hour each, we could just wait.
We'll have to ask our driver, see what he recommends. He knows.
Also, I'm not hungry. It's not even 12 yet. We only ate like an hour or 2 ago.
Next temple is the Tomb Raider temple. Yeah. I don't think that's what it's officially called, but that's probably what everyone knows it as.
I think it's like Prohm?
Prohm?
Something like that.
We shall see. Honestly, our driver is just so nice.
Really nice.
He keeps offering us water. He's got a cooler in the back of the tuk-tuk under the seats, so he's got little cold bottles of water.
I think we really lucked out. Like, he was the driver who took us from the bus when we got to Siem Reap to our hotel, because that was included in our ticket, and he was like, oh yeah, check it out. Hit me up if you want to go to Angkor Wat, and he's been really, really nice.
Yeah, he's been amazing. So if you're visiting Siem Reap, hit us up and we'll send you his number.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Do you remember this from Tomb Raider?
No, honestly. I don't think I've seen the film in years.
Oh, I was saying that each temple, like, it feels like it gets more jungly as we go on.
Yeah, this one's much more natural. Looks like it's been reclaimed a lot more.
Okay.
So the Tomb Raider temple, Gemma's favourite?
Gemma's favourite. That was so cool.
That was really amazing.
Is it Kyle's favourite?
Yeah, I think so. Which is weird because I thought, like, because it's a movie set, I kind of thought it'd be a bit. Well, it's not a movie set. Like, it's an ancient temple that was used as a movie set. I thought it'd be a bit. Well, I don't know, maybe generic or something, but the trees through it's just absolutely stunning.
Beautiful, yeah.
It's crazy.
Do you want to tell them your fact that you overheard about the trees?
Oh, the trees were actually planted after the temple was built. They were planted on top of the temple, so it's not like a natural reclamation of the space from nature. It's actually intentional, or potentially intentional. I don't think anyone actually knows because it was so long ago. Don't think they wrote it down. So.
But it looks like, it doesn't, to me, it doesn't look like it's the trees growing through, right? It looks intentional because it like one of the ones, the root was going around the door.
Yeah. It's like one of those sets or like dioramas you see at theme parks, but like the actual like real deal, it's what those are based on, and that's really, really something cool. So it's just come up to midday, I think?
It's now nearly 1:15.
Yeah, so we've been out for 8 hours. So we don't really know how much more Mr. Black has in store for us. We're going to do the sensible thing and actually ask him how many more temples he thinks we're going to be undertaking today, or whether he wants to get lunch, and we'll see how it goes. We think there's one more on the list he sent us, but to be honest, we've not really been keeping track very well, so there may or may not be one more temple planned. Yeah,
the thing is like it's really hard because like I'm like, because it's only 1 o'clock, I feel like we should keep going, but actually we've done a whole day.
Yeah, like if we started at 9 o'clock that we normally would do, it would be coming up to dinner time now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And we've done about 10,000 steps?
10,000 steps.
Which isn't like a lot, but like, I feel like,
feels like a lot.
Just walking around the temples is a lot.
It's a lot of heat as well.
Yeah.
But for the price of entry, it's definitely something you should do. I mean,
oh, 100%. I remember like when I looked at the price, I was like, $37 per person for a day. That's so expensive. So worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. And the price the tuk-tuk to ride as well on top of that, like $18 or so that we agreed. Just, yeah.
So worth it.
So worth it. So, yeah. It's probably a bit redundant to say, but if you're coming to Cambodia and you find yourself in Siem Reap, you should probably go see Angkor Wat.
Yeah, I feel like there's only a very, very, very small minority of people that would be like, I could leave Angkor Wat.
Yeah, actually, Angkor Wat's overrated. If you go to Siem Reap, the real place you want to go to is Pub Street.
Which we are going to.
Which we're going to later. Back once again.
So this temple is our final stop of the day, and it's only 1 o'clock, but I think it's our last stop. So the temple we're seeing is on to my left, and then on our right, our driver said, Mr. Black said, that this is the swimming pool of the kings. He said it's pretty big, so we probably won't be seeing it, but this is what it looks like. Kyle, pan to it.
Maybe we'll check it out.
Maybe we're just looking.
Yeah, let's have a look. We've just completed the final temple and we're making our way back out. I think we're gonna pop across the road and try and see the pool that we mentioned earlier, because it'd be a bit of a shame if we didn't.
We won't be able to see like all of it though, because apparently it's pretty big. But we're just like, look.
Yeah, look.
Have a little peeky poo. You don't like that?
No, I like that. It's been a long day. Been out for a long time, and it looks like we've timed it pretty perfectly because it's just starting to rain now, so hopefully it'll cool down a lot of that.
Yeah, it's been so say like, okay, we got to Angkor Wat at like 10 past 5, and it's now 1:15.
Yeah.
So we've been out for, yeah, 8 hours.
8 hours. It's like a job.
Oof.
Oof.
A pretty good job.
Yeah. But we're gonna pop off the road. We're gonna pop across the road, see the temple. See the pool. You can tell it's been a long day. We're gonna pop across the road, see the pool, and we'll see you back at the hotel. Oh, I love the smell of rain on hot concrete or tarmac. Oh,
It smells so good.
oh.
Okay, I'm glad we came up here.
Wow, yeah.